Welcome everyone to the very first episode of CS Express, the podcast to listen to if you're looking to enter the world of computer science. My name is Richard Yu, but you can call me Rich for short, as my friends do. And I'm here to tell you a little bit today about my experience entering the world of computer science. So I came from a totally different field. I actually came from the field of foreign languages specifically. I learned French in undergrad, and then I went to France, and I lived there for 7 years. And during that time, I actually became French. I acquired French nationality through my language learning, and I worked as a translator when I was over there. So I got sort of used to this idea of, how do we represent a sentence? What are the different parts? What's the syntax and things like that? And, after a while, although that was a really fun thing to do, translating text from one language to another, I ended up really wanted to dive into computer science because it's something that I've always enjoyed since I was a kid, writing programs on my computer, just playing around with things, and computers and tech in general. It's just a fascinating place to be. I didn't even know, lo and behold, that a couple of years later, AI would take off the way it did. So I think that CS and this whole realm is even more important now than it even used to be a couple of years ago, although it was even important a couple of years back. There's so much to talk about in this space today. So the reason that this podcast was born was not only to sit here and talk about myself. I really want to come in and tell you a bit more about the people around me. I've met some amazing people. If you didn't know already, I'm out here in the sunny land of San Jose in Silicon Valley, right here in the San Francisco Bay Area. What a place to be studying computer science and learning about the industry at large. It's been an amazing experience for me. I also wanted to preface this by saying that I will talk a bit about the school that I'm attending here called Northeastern University. They have a campus, a Silicon Valley campus right here in San Jose. Although I do speak a bit about Northeastern because, quite frankly, they've been really amazing here, giving me some experiences that I would be hard-pressed to find anywhere else in the world. But while I will speak about Northeastern, this video is not by any means sponsored by Northeastern. I'm doing this for myself and for others around me. I did not get asked by Northeastern to do this, as well as wanted to preface this by saying that the views that I express in these videos are not necessarily the views of Northeastern. This is not an official Northeastern communication by any means. So now that that disclaimer is out of the way, I guess I should finish the disclaimer by saying I'll also mention a bit about the program that I enrolled in, which is a very amazing program called the Align program, which allows people who are not from a CS background at all to enter the field of CS in quite a really innovative way, getting all the skills and tool sets that you'll need in order to enter the industry confidently and start working in tech in a short time frame. And now that we've gotten all of those disclaimers out of the way, I will just sort of talk a little bit about why this podcast was born. The podcast was born not so I can sit here and talk about myself, but so I can really invite others on the show to come and talk about their experiences and what amazing experiences they have. There are quite a few people that I've met through this incredible program and through my time in Silicon Valley who come from other fields. They come from medicine, or they come from biology, or they come from finance, and they are making a name for themselves now in CS as well. And I'm among those people because after doing all that language translation, I'm now working on building translation systems, machine translation systems. I'm working on training large language models for downstream tasks using my language skills to enter the subfield of natural language processing. So there's quite a lot to talk about, but like I said, I don't want to just sit around talking about myself all day. I'd like to introduce you to some of the other amazing people who are entering this space and the things that they learned along the way, maybe some of the amazing fun things and some of the challenging things and everything in between. So that's the main purpose of this podcast, and I hope sincerely that you will join me for some future episodes because we've got a lot to cover, and we will be covering it over who knows however long this thing keeps going. And yes, I look forward to seeing you in future episodes.